Hello Aries and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for the 1st of March through to the 15th. We have Wand 9, Mars Sagittarius is coming, and Mars is actually your ruler, Aries. So I love that it's come in here and it's really giving you that final push to get over the line, to get something finished, to achieve what it is that you're wanting. So it's really positive here. There's a lot of motivation and drive. It's kind of like hitting the wall in a marathon, right when you think you can't keep going. You find that at that last moment, that energy to do it. So it is sitting next to Sword Queen, Libra Throne, Sword 6, Mercury, Aquarius as well, which is beautiful. Bringing a rebalancing in your mind, also a rebalancing in a relationship, moving to a calmer place, a place of greater peace within that. And also, it can be a new place that you find yourself in, a more progressive place as well. And we also have the Sword Prince Gemini Chariot coming in next to it as well. So I feel like what they're showing me just with this Libra energy here is they're showing me a gem, like a polished gem, and how the more you polish something, the more it becomes beautiful and shiny and bright. And it's something to do, that is like a relationship in your world, this is what it's happening. It's getting this lovely little shine and massage. And it's very beautiful. It could also mean that for some of you, it may be moving. It can be moving to changing careers, changing jobs, moving house, traveling, moving location. But I feel like you're taking someone with you. There's a relationship that you're bringing with you around this as well. So we have Sword Prince, Gemini Chariot coming in as well. So you've got a lot of swords, and that's why I feel like there's something that's been on your mind, maybe a big decision or a big change that's been weighing down, and you've been trying to bring this in, and it's just like, I'm so close now. I'm just going to get there to the finishing line. And that's what this Gemini Chariot is. I think, maybe at the last minute you find that strength of mind to do it, or you find that last brilliant idea or that a realization, whatever it is. It can be a communication, like a communication with this energy over here, and how to kind of get over that, overcome something here. So it's kind of interesting because you've got a lot of Mercury energy. Mercury's gone direct again, so you're going to be getting a lot of information. It could be a time to be having a lot of conversations or a lot of communications with people coming through. So just to get you across this line, it could be learning a lot or learning a lot of skills, waiting for news, things like that. Pentacle Princess, Earth Palace. Now, I don't know why I've pulled an extra card, but I just did. And I actually want to put it here. This is grounding something down into a reality, making an opportunity become more solid, real, becoming more mature, grounding into something. So this is really, I'm going to move all of this up now. This is like the princess. What they're kind of showing me is a princess that's going through an initiation, and this is the opportunity of going through an initiation or even a test or a challenge, perhaps, in order to feel that she is worthy of the next level, worthy of the responsibility, the mantle that she's about to take on, which, thank you, George. George the Rooster's going, yep, agree with that one. And then her next role inevitably will lead to being the queen, to being the ruler. So it's like something's growing up, maturing in your world, and there is this energy of perhaps a test even. The High Priestess is coming through, crossed by the Three of Swords. Maybe something's happened in the past where you have learnt it's hard to trust your intuition about something or someone. perhaps you got burnt in the past by something, a situation or a person, by trusting your intuition, and so you're reluctant to go down that path again. You've crowned by the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So here comes the parents. You know, we've got, in comes mum for the Princess Pentacle, and in comes dad. He's a little bit different. He's a wand, not a pentacle, but that's okay. So this is being fully supported now. This thing that you're trying to, this energy that you're kind of trying to bring into the world, birth into the world. And so that's why I think there could be a lot of conversations interesting. There could be support from parents as well around this. But I'll pull some more cards for you, Aries, coming through. Because this is part of the test, I think, is learning to trust your intuition. Learning to trust what's coming in for you on this one. So let's see, the recent past, the Six of Swords. Okay, so there has been a sense that you've managed to make some progress. You've managed to make some kind of movement here into a calmer place, into a better place. But that's still there. It's still, that's the recent past. In the near future, we have the World card. So liberation. Liberation, it does complete. Okay, so Seven of Swords, you're presenting as the Two of Cups. Ooh, in the love in the surrounding energies. Six of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Wow. Okay, and Judgment. So this Mercury energy is actually playing a very direct part, a very important part. So it's about very clear communication that's needed here. Now, crowned by the Queen of Pentacles, this energy, you know, in your conscious mind is the need to for someone or some energy to grow up, like I said, but it's also about understanding that an opportunity or even your health, something needs to be nurtured, something needs to be looked after, something needs to be protected here, and needs to be making some good decisions around what's happening, some very grounded decisions about what's happening, which is why it could also seem at odds with your intuition here, because it's like I need to actually know that this is something from reality, not necessarily something that I'm just kind of feeling. So it could be when the Queen of Pentacles is in your conscious mind, it can be the need to be looking after your health. It can be the need to be the fact we've got moves on the cards. This can be moves in home. Movement in home. Maybe there's a sense on your mind is the idea that maybe you want to move home, or that this is something that is upcoming, pending. It can be moving careers as well. So it's very much like saying, look, I feel that there is definitely something to overcome. I need to move forward into a situation, or move into a new place here. And I need to be very sensible about this. So that's kind of, yeah, it's interesting energy. At the base, we have the King of Wands. And there's actually quite a nice balance between the masculine and the feminine here. And this is you, Aries, the Ace of Wands coming. What am I talking about? The King of Wands. The King of Wands is coming in, and this is you sitting on your throne. And I love the fact that you've come in right at the base. This is all about you. This is about me. Yes, I have to deal with other people and relationships. There's a lot of energy I'm working with, managing, trying to make sure everything's heading in the right direction here. But at the end of the day, I am the master of my ship. I'm the master of my vision. I'm the one in control here. I am the one that knows very clearly what it is that I'm trying to create and what it is that I want. So yes, I'm considering a lot of people. One of them may be that Pentacle Princess. It may be that you've got someone that is being a bit princess-like, or a younger female-y energy. It doesn't have to be female. I don't usually read genders. This could be a child as well that is kind of on your mind. The fact that she's come out, normally with the Mars energy, Sagittarius, the King of Wands, it would be all about you, but there's someone else here that needs to be considered. this other, a kind of more of a less mature, immature energy perhaps as well. Someone that perhaps you care for, perhaps like you're their mother, or it's the other way around. Sometimes when our parents do get really old, they become childlike, they do lose their mind. So it could be anybody. It's just somebody that kind of, you've got a mother-child kind of that kind of relationship. They're a bit more immature than you and you're the mature one. So that's kind of how it's coming out here. But at the end of the day, even though, yes, you are considering other people, you are the master of this. So that's important, and you're very much anchoring and grounding that down and owning that. So that's important. So in the recent past, you have the Six of Swords. So this is kind of interesting as well, because maybe you've already moved as well, and maybe this person's finding it hard to cope with the change, or this energy is finding it hard to cope with the change, or maybe this is like there just is a sense that there's a movement here. There's a big change coming in, and there's this Pentacle Princess needs help. This energy needs a lot of help. Could be an earth sign as well. Could be Capricorn, Taurus. It could be Virgo, but doesn't necessarily have to be so. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something that's become very clear, that movement is on the cards here. It could be someone to do with traveling. It can be to do with travel as well. So in the near future, we have the world. And we do find a completion here. We do find that it's an energy of, I feel like, overcoming. I feel like there's an energy of someone breaking through a block, breaking free. There's a real Uranian energy, like Uranus coming through. I actually feel like this is the Pentacle Princess here. She's like, I feel like something is whole, something is ended. I feel like I'm in a better place now. I'm freed from this sense that I feel like I'm going somewhere and I might not be ready for it. And now this energy is feeling ready. So, and feeling actually like liberated from something, the end of a cycle, something has ended. And so, it's actually really positive. So, you are presenting as the Seven of Swords, which is, again, the need to get away from something. It may be communication is very important. And when in this card, it's very much like you don't necessarily have to tell everybody what you're thinking. It may be you're just shutting the door quietly and just leaving. And you don't have to necessarily tell everyone of your plans. You can hold your cards quietly. You can be very discreet about your plans. So that's kind of, if you're dealing with someone who's kind of being a little bit reactionary and sensitive as well, which I feel like this Pentacle Princess, and this can be someone, it can be an aspect of yourself that's coming in here. It might be that you kind of need to, you do need to kind of be quite discerning in what you're communicating and what you're not as well. But there is a need to get away from this. So it's kind of important because something is growing up. Something is growing up. And like I said, learning the lessons, perhaps like as initiation, learning the lessons, perhaps the hard way for somebody, but it needs to have a very grounded, practical energy just to kind of cope with. I'm kind of getting this Pentacle Princess could be having like little tantrums even for some of you. Now this is if it's someone external. It can even be a part of yourself, like your inner child having a tantrum about something that's come in here. And it's just because it's almost there. You're right at that very final part of just getting across the line, like we said, and you do reach it. So that's good news. So if this is something you're trying to birth into the world and it just needs all this support and help, it's at that stage where it could just kind of all crumble and fall apart. I feel like you overcome that and find that place. And it is, you need to be clever about this. That's the thing. You do need to be strategic and very clever about how you're communicating, how you're balancing relationships, and how you're pushing your agenda and getting what it is that you want and moving forward without upsetting the apple cart too much with this other energy over here that you're dealing with. So it's kind of interesting because in your energy around you have the Two of Cups. So I do feel like that, if this is someone else you're dealing with, I feel there is a relationship coming through here with this reading. There is a lot of love there. There is a really strong connection. So that's why this could be family. It could be a partner even. And even if it's an aspect of yourself, this could be something that you actually love and you're trying to birth. And the fact that it's kind of just seemed to have hit a snag at the last minute, or that it's being difficult or whatever reason, it's like, just getting frustrated with it. But there is a lot of love here. There's a very strong connection, and there's a soul tribe energy with this person, or this energy is part of your soul tribe, and is meant to be in your life for whatever reason. So that's why I'm kind of getting a bit of a family vibe with this. But and also a lot to do with children, but inner child, or something that is very new, that is kind of, so that's why we've got, in Hopes and Fears, the Six of Cups. If you are moving home and this is related to children, and the children are finding it hard, one child in particular is finding it hard, just say, for example, with the move, this is, the hope and fears is to find a happy a happy place for a happy childhood home, a happy place for yourself. And this can also be internal in terms of a happy home inside yourself for your inner child. So there's a lovely innocence to this happiness. There's a nostalgia to the past as well with this Six of Cups, in that you maybe don't want to be too fearful of being too attached to the past, some of the good things of the past. There is movement, there is the need to move, as we've said. And that's why it's kind of interesting, in the near future, here comes the Eight of Wands, here comes the swift changes, here comes the movement, here comes the very direct communication or news around this. And I do feel like it is good news coming through here. It becomes very direct. Something becomes very, very directional, pointed. We're going this way. Everything's heading that way. All of us, we're all going, all parts of myself, everybody. And so that's this King of Wands is actually directing the show and going, even though he's not in the picture, it's actually kind of quite interesting. He's not in the picture, and there are no human. It's the only card that has no human hands or body parts in the picture, in the deck. It's actually interesting because that's why it's like this King of Wands is pulling the strings here. He's the puppet master. And so these changes are coming through, whether these energies know about it or not. And that's why there's this need to be strategic and for discretion. So as an overall energy, we've got, there's a double ending here with the two tens. Something is very definitely ended, and there could be two moves here because we've got the two sixes. So, but ultimately, I do feel like there's a rebirth energy with this. There's a sense of a lot of stuff is coming up to be cleared, and there could be a lot of judgment coming around with this as well. A lot of ideas that are kind of feeling a bit stuck. But ultimately, there is heralding in a new cycle, a new era, a new start for you. So this is actually a blessing, and can feel like a blessing in disguise. But at the end of it, there is the blessing. There is the sense that this energy has kind of passed the test in a way, and now we're heralding, and everyone's being told, it's broadcasting out to the universe that this is where we are, this is what's happened, this is where I am now, this is who I am, and it's kind of saying, I've now taken on the mantle, stepped into my power of being who I am. So it's actually really, really, really quite fascinating journey, but it's really, really positive. And so, yeah, I feel like there's a big change, but it does successfully, successfully, it's hard to say that word, successfully navigate it. And it is hard to see like someone get hurt sometimes, or someone finding it hard to leave, if it is something that might be happening here. But trusting, you really do need to kind of trust yourself. Okay, what does Aries need to hear? What affirmation is coming through for you, Aries? We got it in the end. I prosper wherever I turn. And that's important to remain really positive, because I do feel like you're turning at this moment. I now see opportunities for abundance everywhere I am. Oh, sorry, I say this wrong every time. I now see opportunities for abundance everywhere. I am blessed and prospered. And that's actually a really positive thing that the universe wants you to know and wants you to say to yourself and wants you to believe as well. But I mean, of course, it's your choice as to what it is that you want to believe in the world, but it's just a positive affirmation coming through. Okay, so let's finish this one off with a charm. What does Aries need to know? Lucky charm. I'm going to pull one for this Pentacle Princess energy. Let's pull a lucky charm for the Pentacle Princess, whoever or whatever she is. And look, I mean, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? This is the fleur-de-lis, isn't it? That it's come up before, and it is related to, I think, French aristocracy. It is related to, you might know this a bit better than me, but it's a sign of royalty. It's a sign of a station. It's a sign of authority. It's a sign of your place in the world. It's a sign of regality. Like, it's a sign with that Pentacle Princess that she belongs in a home. She belongs in this place. This is the family that she belongs to. And it belongs to very much to this King of Wands, which is your energy. Whether the Pentacle Princess is you or somebody else, it feels very much like, that's why I'm getting such a family connection with this, and to accept the sovereignty of this. So, yeah, and also, interestingly, the word tradition is coming up as well. So change can bring out a lot of insecurities around people as well, but I do feel like there is a sense that this energy is stepping into its sovereignty, and however that's presenting in your life, which is actually really, really positive. So this is where we're going to leave the reading, Aries. And we're going to take it over to the deep read now, the extended reading in Vimeo. The link will be in the description box below, and I usually pin it to the comments. We'll see what else is coming through in terms of this, the ending of this cycle and the liberation, what's coming through with this direct and swift changes and very direct energy, directional energy coming through. What else do you need to know about this reading, as well as we're going to take a look at career, money, love and relationships. So I'd love it if you come over. The link, like I said, is in the description box below. Just click on that or take you over to Vimeo. But if this is where we're leaving each other, I hope that this reading helped and resonated. And please, I really always appreciate your subscribing or likes and leaving comments. I love to hear your comments. And if you think this reading might be pertinent or helpful for somebody else, please share. And it's kind of it's making me smile, because that Pentacle Princess, I know we've all been there at certain stage of our life where we just it's like a diva moment, where it's just like I love it so much in that it just totally becomes this powerful thing. Just at the moment of about to like collapse, it just turns into this other thing and steps into its sovereignty and becomes whole and becomes strong. And so it's really, really powerful. And don't forget, that is you at the bottom there that's doing all this. You're the master of this. So thank you so much for joining me, Aries. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.